coffee. Come on. I want to drink coffee. Oh, I didn't put the overhead light on. I don't think I need it. Seems okay. We'll run with it. I don't feel like getting up. I feel like drinking coffee. If this ever pours through. I'm being delayed drinking coffee. Makes me sad. There it goes. Come on. If the coffee grinds are too fine, they'll kind of pack in at the bottom of the filter. All right. Boom. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today it's Thursday. It is April 22nd, 2021. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. Yay! Can you tell I'm in a good mood? I had a great day yesterday. I really did. Somewhere between a really good day and a great day. And that is the first day I've been able to say that, I think, since my father passed. Now, I don't pretend to think that I'm free of feeling crummy, but it is nice to have a good day. It's nice to feel good again. And so I spent a lot of time reflecting through the day. What made it a good day? Well, I got some good work done. I didn't have a lot of meetings. I wasn't pulled in a lot of different directions. The amount of work that I had to do was reasonable. I got it done. I made a good lunch. I took a break. I went to the gym. I had a good workout. And then there were a few other smaller things that happened just with, communication, email. And we recorded episode 600. It came out great. It's so much fun. I had a really good time. I think you guys are going to love it. I hope you do. And if you don't, well, I'll give you your money back. And so I'm just looking to repeat that feeling today, despite the fact that it's still snowing. Remember yesterday morning when it was snowing? It is still snowing. Now, to be fair, it did warm up through the day, so it was raining. But yeah, it's been precipitating for over 24 hours. And it is accumulating, and I dislike it. I dislike it. Earlier in the week, I was thinking, oh, maybe I should get my snow tires off. And I went, I'm gonna not do that. Well, this is why I didn't do that. Because this. Yep. Now, what's interesting about this is it may kick the maple tree into producing some more sap, but I already pulled the taps. So I could put it back in. There isn't, I don't think I'd get enough sap to make it worthwhile. So we're on to the birch. We're gonna stay with the birch, and it's coming along. This new collection system is working really well. I'm pumped for it, and not wasting as much. So we're gonna have some. In fact, I might end up with more birch syrup this year than maple, which would be a first. Because this is only the second time I've done it. I got somebody Chris wrote in a question or a thought, so we'll read that. I don't know what else we have. What's going on today? Oh, it's Thursday, so we've got an episode. We've got a Thursday episode. I think this is one I did with Andrew. Let's check. And remember, if any of you watching, if you ever have a topic suggestion, I'm game. Just let me know. Leave a comment, write an email, something like that. Just let us know, hey, why don't you do an episode on this or that or this? Okay, episode 599, getting students to return after COVID restrictions. Yep. This is an episode where Andrew and I talk about how to get people to come back in physically to train. A lot of people have taken this time off. A lot of people aren't around. I'm kind of one of them. I haven't set foot in a traditional martial arts class, and I think I've done one or two since COVID. And, I think my story is a little more complicated than the average class goer, but the concept's still the same. I'm out of the habit. I haven't been to a class. How do I get back to a class? Good morning, Brian. Well, we talk about that. So you should watch or listen to that episode because, of course, Andrew and I are doing as much video as we can, and videos on YouTube. So check it out, or listen, or whatever works for you. What's going on today? So today, I think I mentioned this yesterday. I'm mentioning it again. I've told like 3 people, so I got to get it done. I am finishing the Strength and Speed Hybrid program. I am finishing it. The layout of all the workouts will be done today, and there is a good chance that I can wrap up the program and have it posted by the end of the day, knock on wood, because it doesn't use any new videos. That's the thing that takes the longest, is dealing with videos. So there's no video to film because it's using all the same movements from the strength program and the speed program. I'm excited. I'm excited for this. You know why? Because there's a commercial version of this program coming. I can see it. As I was laying it out, I went, ooh, there's a way that we can structure this for school owners so they can add a strength and conditioning and speed development program to their classes. That includes homework that they can give out on individual worksheets. There's a lot there that people can do, and I am super excited for it because it, there's already nothing like this program. There's definitely nothing like this other program. Like the commercial version, come on. Nothing like that. I think we have found a niche. Now it's just convincing everybody in the world to buy our stuff. Yeah. I really am in a good mood. I woke up and I was like, I'm tired and I'm sore. And I'm smiling. That doesn't usually happen first thing in the morning. The cat did drive me nuts yesterday. Bugging me for food every 5 minutes. Even in the middle of episode 600, I put food in her dish before I recorded, and 15 minutes later, she woke up from a nap, ate all the food, and then came and bugged me. It's like, cat, it's not happening. I'm actually toying with the idea on recording days, on Tuesdays, locking her in the bedroom. Just putting her litter box and some food in there and just leaving her in there. Because it's so distracting. It's distracting to me. I don't think it comes through on camera. God, I hope it doesn't. I hope you never hear her on camera, on recording. I hope you never hear her. And if you do, I'm sorry. But if it does come through, if you've ever heard her, please let me know. Because that will help me make my decision. No, I'm not going to like tie her up or anything, but just, But she spends most of the time sleeping on the bed anyway in there, so to move the litter box and her food in there wouldn't change her life at all. It would add mild inconvenience to mine. But anyway, what else is going on today? I got a couple things. I'm sure there's some email I'll have to deal with, some client work I'll have to deal with. Get that program done. And I don't think I have anything on the agenda for this evening. So we'll see what happens. Yesterday's dinner was kind of special. One of the owners at the gym, when she found out about my father, she grabbed me. She just grabbed me and hugged me like I've never hugged this woman before. She just grabbed me. It was like, oh my God. It was a riot. It was the fastest hug I've ever experienced. And I was telling her husband the next day, I said, if she was trying to attack me, I wouldn't have been able to defend myself. It was so fast. It was insane. She should probably teach the speed program. It was just, it was like I was in a hug. It was crazy. But she made mac and cheese for me, and I assumed she was going to make mac and cheese for her family and, portions of, no. She made a thing of mac and cheese. I had a third of it for dinner last night, and it was probably still a little too much. It was delicious. I loved it. It was really good. And, yeah, it's... I'll be honest. There have been a lot of people who I was disappointed that they didn't. I've had people that consider them that claim to be very close friends, good friends, that know what's happened, and I haven't heard from them, and that really bums me out. I've got a friend who's his mother is I think she just came out of the ICU, and I wouldn't even consider us good friends. I would say we're barely friends. We're just over the line of acquaintances, and I'm reaching out to him every few days to check on him because I think that's the right thing to do. But the number of people reaching out, I think, it's a combination of people have got their own stuff to deal with, and I'm aware of that. But I genuinely think, because I've experienced this time and again, I think most people are fair weather friends. I don't think most people are really willing to get in the muck and truly support people. And then there are plenty of people who, that they. Here's the difference. Let me rephrase all this. If I know you at all and I know you are struggling, I'm going to reach out to you because that is my nature. Because that's what I want people to do. I think that's what we all want people to do. But I think most people are going to look only to their super close circle to provide support. And I think that's a shame. So, there you go. Coffee came out great this morning. It's going to be a good day. All right. Let's take a look at what we've got to talk about. Who wrote stuff in? I gotta say, I gotta show you this picture. This might be one of my favorite episode graphics. Oh, it went away. Pause. Back to the beginning. Come on, back to the beginning. Back to the beginning. Back to the beginning. You can do this. Come on, YouTube. This one with the blue. That's me looking out the back window at the snow. I like that one. I think it came out pretty good. I try to do something a little bit different each time, just to mix it up. And we got a ton of comments on it. All right, Frank gave us stuff for Friday, but he didn't give us stuff for Thursday. Frank, I'm sad. Let's see if it just didn't happen there. Maybe it's in Facebook. I've got stuff I can talk about from Chris here too. Oh, all right. Frank's setting us up well for Friday. Well, what can I tell you about episode 600? So episode 600, I'll give you a little bit of behind the scenes, involves two friends, obviously martial artists, two people who have been on the show before, whom I very much like and respect and have a good time with. And the concept was, let me hang out with my martial arts friends for an hour, and we're just going to talk and see where it goes. There was literally no agenda. There was no concept. I gave our discussion literally zero thought other than this will be fun ahead of time. And so once we get through the very quick intro, I was like, oh, we have to start our conversation somewhere. And I just went, how about this? And for an hour, there was no break in the conversation. It was just the three of us talking. And what I like about these other two gentlemen is that we overlap mostly. We have enough in common that we can have great conversation, but we differ on just enough. And I've talked to Andrew about that. That's one of the things I like about working with him, is that we have enough common ground that we're not struggling to find direction, but we differ and disagree just enough that we can have a good conversation. I would say that of the two that I worked with, one I think I disagree with a little bit more than the other. But when you like people, respect them, and are friends with them, I think you can do that. And I don't think everybody finds value in that. I don't like hanging out with people who only agree with me. How do you progress? How do you explore ideas? I had some great conversation with, I mentioned the husband at the gym. He was hanging out late. I ended up getting to the gym late because of recording and was there and probably spent a good 30 to 45 minutes chatting with him. Good morning, Francis. And, we talk about some heavy stuff. There are a handful of people in the world that I will talk politics with. I will talk COVID stuff. I'll talk these things. And Kyle's one of them. Because we can have a respectful and open conversation, and we overlap on a lot of things, but not everything. We have some slightly different opinions. I think I'm probably a little more. I don't know that I'm going to finish that sentence. We have a great conversation. Let's put it that way. I like talking to people. I've always liked talking to people. I think there's a wonderful opportunity when you have a conversation with someone to learn from them, to learn from their experiences. And that's a big part of what martial arts radio is. It's learning about martial arts and what it's done for people and how to approach it and it's one of my favorite things. We've got it recorded through what, episode 608? I put the intro and outro on 608 yesterday. It's crazy. Crazy town. All right. So Chris's comment here, and Chris listens versus watches. Totally fine. Remember, if you want to listen to the show or you just want to put it in your podcast feed to help us bump our numbers because it makes us look good, I'm game with that. Game for that. There you go. I'm good with that. Earlier in the week, last week, I forget what it was, I told you about my idea for taking an RV and like one of the big bus ones and throwing a bunch of people on it and traveling the country and making a movie out of it. Chris has an idea for another one, sort of similar, and he calls it white belt mentality. Get a half dozen black belts of various styles to travel from school to school and see how they handle being white belts and not in charge. I like that. I think that would be a lot of fun. Now, in order for that to be interesting television, we would have to intentionally pick people who are going to struggle as white belts and taking direction from people. So that there's a little bit of a reality TV kind of gross factor in there. So we would probably never do that. But it's interesting to think about it conceptually. Just because an idea isn't good enough to get over the line doesn't mean it's not a good idea. It's not a good mental exercise. In fact, to foreshadow a little bit, Andrew and I had this idea. I think I told you on Friday, I ran this by Andrew. We've got an idea for a new style of show that we're going to roll out on a Thursday. We'll probably do one a month. The first one, I got confirmation yesterday. Gabe is going to help us out with. We're going to give it a try. I'm super excited. He's excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And it is based purely around a hypothetical. And I'm not going to tell you any more than that. Right? She's staring at me. She's giving me the dirtiest look right now. Why are you giving me a dirty look? She's such a weirdo. I look forward to the days when we have the resources to do stuff like that. I do. I hope we get there. Someday soon. Do I want to share that? I don't want to share that. That's still in concept. There are a couple different types of social media content that we're playing with on the back end that we hopefully will be rolling out soon. I'm always looking for the next thing. I'm always looking for how to improve. I'm always looking for how we can grow. What is that 1%? Actually, we talked about that on the show yesterday. And one of the guests pointed it out. 1% moments. Where are those moments, those things that you can do that create small change that can be improved upon, that move things forward? You know, it's not the dramatic change. Those dramatic changes come so rarely. You don't get 50% better by doing one thing. You get 50% better by doing a bunch of smaller things that compound over time. And I think that's the difference between true success and false success or failure. True success only looks big and dramatic after you reach a certain point. Here's a great one with numbers. Let's say you have a really good investment advisor, and they actually help you, unlike most of them. And then let's say you put $100 a week into your investment account. Let's say you start with $5,000. You saved up a little bit of money, put $5,000 in, you're throwing $100 a week in, and you're making some good investments, and you're getting, let's say, 10% per year. What does that number look like after 20 years? $100 a week isn't a big deal. $5,000 isn't a big deal. But that money compounded at that rate of return becomes a big deal. I'm busy. I'm doing a show. You can wait. You probably even have food in your dish. Can you get 10% better per year as a martial artist? For a while. I think ultimately, after 15, 20 years, it's going to be hard to get 10% better. But I bet you could come close. The point is, you can continue to compound the returns of your investments of time, energy, and to a certain degree money as a martial artist. Attending classes, seminars, competitions, reading books, buying programs. Whatever you've got to do to push forward, to find opportunities to improve. It's all there. All right. I think we'll call it here. Thanks for watching. A few things I'm going to ask of you. 1, leave me some questions, comments, feedback, things to talk about for tomorrow. Drop them in the comment section once the show closes. 2, go check out episode 599 with Andrew and I, and let me know your feedback. If you are someone who is attending martial arts classes, whether you took a break or didn't, if you're a school owner, instructor, I want to know your feedback on this. When we put out this sort of information, it is important to me that I get feedback from you, because I do have people asking me questions. What is it like out there? What are you hearing? And not that I have any desire to position myself as the guy who knows what's going on in all the martial arts schools, but I think it's helpful for us in what we do, for one of us here to have a pretty good understanding. And so your feedback is critical to that. 3, if you are new to this show, please subscribe, turn on notifications, because we do a show every weekday, 6:30 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time. 4, you can catch it in audio form in your podcast feed. And 5, if you want to support us, you've got a bunch of different ways you can do it. The one that I ask for the most, because it actually involves a little bit of money, is supporting our Patreon, patreon.com/whistlekick. You get access to exclusive content, including audio, video, behind the scenes, all depends on how much you're willing to throw our way. At the higher tiers, you get personal training, personal coaching with me, if you want that. So, yeah. I'm almost done. Chill. Anybody want to buy a cat? I will give you money to take a cat. I'm not serious. Hey, can you wait? I'm busy. And that's it. You ruined my outro. She's looking away. She's not even looking at me. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. And I'm going to go have a great day. I hope you do as well. Take care. Peace.